Oh no, we're recording. Ah, spooky.
Spooky!
Let's turn off the AC. Hold on.
Okay, I do have my phone because I have topics on my phone that I want to talk about.
Welcome to WildCast Podcast.
Welcome to the WildCast. That was really good.
Yeah.
I'm
going to make a sound bite of just that.
Do it.
And then that'll be
That's
the
how we
intro.
open every episode.
Yeah.
Hey, whoa! We're on video.
Oh, yes, we are on video.
Holy crap. Now, do we look at the camera? Or do we look at each other? I guess we're just kind of go back and forth.
Yeah, we'll just... Yeah.
Hi, Mom. I hope you're not
Mom?
watching this. If you are, I'll be very concerned. So I am Doug. You can see my hairy and not so glorious face.
And I'm Cameron. We've been here all along, and you've never seen our faces.
Unless they watch anything else we've made.
That's true. I
Which,
don't know how much of
hopefully.
us actually gets on that website, but
Website?
YouTube.
Oh, okay. I was like, we have a website? What?
Well, you should probably get a website. It's better to monetize like your own website than YouTube.
True, like AdSense and stuff like that from
Yeah,
your
exactly,
site. Yeah. Because we know what we're talking about, but not really.
Yeah.
All right, so
That's the thing about college. It makes you think you know what you're talking about, and then other people also think you know what you're talking about, but then no one knows.
see, I think college kind of taught me the opposite. It was like college taught me I know nothing
Oh, yeah.
about anything. I'm dumb. But so I actually have some topics for today,
All right.
believe it or not. And
Not
yes,
just gonna-
I am cheating and looking at my phone because they're on my phone.
Ooh, cheater.
I know.
Get out of here.
Okay. The first thing.
First thing.
Did you watch Power Rangers growing up, first of all?
No.
No? Was
No.
it like
You had that exact caution about this topic before we started. You were like, I don't know if you're gonna actually watch these.
if you've actually seen it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, my brother did though. We can talk about it a little bit.
Okay.
My brother
What?
used to love Power Rangers. I don't know if he actually watched it or not, or if he just like saw a
Saw
little
the
bit of it
fighting?
with his friends.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's actually not about Power Rangers.
Oh, it's not. Oh,
It's
good.
about a
Okay.
show based on Power, or not based, but kind of drew inspiration from.
Is it VR Troopers?
No, it's called Beetleborgs.
Beetleborgs.
Yeah.
What is that?
Is
that anime too?
No, it's a live action show.
Oh, okay.
It's about these kids who, they go into a haunted house, and there's a ghost, but the ghost is essentially Zordon from Power Rangers, like the leader, kind of
Okay.
what's the word? What's the word in like screenwriting and stuff?
What for what?
For the, like, you have the hero and then you have the person who's helping the hero.
Oh,
There's a specific word. What is it?
The person who's helping the hero.
Like Merlin would be an example. Or Gandalf.
the mentor.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
He's like the mentor guy.
Okay.
And he gives them, it's the weirdest show. He gives them this ability to, and for those of you watching at home, when I look into that corner, I'm looking at nothing. I just think better when I look at nothing versus like into a lens or at a person. I don't know why.
We're both gonna look into outer space.
But so in the show, they get these, they essentially become Power Rangers, but instead of like animals or things like that, it's based on beetles.
What?
Yeah, it's real weird. And it's actually a lot darker than Power Rangers.
Really? Is there like blood and violence?
No,
Kinda?
well, I mean, Power Rangers.
I mean,
is
violence, yes,
full of
but, like-
violence. I mean, I haven't watched it in forever. I kind of want to go back and watch it again. I just don't know where to find it. You know, like, I don't know how to watch it, and I know if I go on Google
The
and type
Pirate
in,
Bay?
yeah, I know if I go on Google and type in Beetleborg streaming,
Yeah.
the first 3 hits are going to be like Hulu, Amazon Prime, and Netflix.
Really? They're
just
on
because
those?
no, just because of the word streaming.
Oh yeah. Fair
And
enough.
I hate that. It's so
Uh-huh.
frustrating. But
You
yeah,
might get YouTube. I feel like someone would stream it on you. Well, I don't want to stream it, but
they would have it.
it might pop up on YouTube
But
first.
the problem with
before.
that is that it's either cropped really weird,
Mhm.
it's mirrored,
Yeah.
and the audio is it's higher pitched.
Oh yeah.
They have to change. They change certain things.
They change 10% of it so they can.
So they can upload it. And I don't know. I think I would just like rent VHS tapes of it as a kid and watch it. It was
From like Blockbusters?
Yeah, the one near my house is called 3D Video.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I remember the day I was going to 3D to rent a movie. I don't know what movie. I was just going to go rent something because I was bored.
Mm-hmm.
I walk up and there's a moving truck.
What?
And I'm like, what's going on? They're like, oh, we're closing. We're moving to Idaho.
Oh, no.
We have another location in Idaho. We're just going to consolidate everything there.
Uh-huh.
I was like, but why?
No.
Yeah, because it was close. I could walk.
Right,
It was
yeah.
within walking distance for me to go rent stuff, which was
Mine
awesome.
was in biking distance. It was just,
That's not bad.
yeah.
And
Ironically, it turned into a place where you do stationary bikes.
Oh, really? Like a
Yeah.
cycle class?
Yeah.
That's funny. See,
like, okay.
the one that we go to now, it's a CrossFit gym.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which I kind of want to try it, but at the same time, CrossFit scares the crap out of me.
It's rough. I tried
It's
a little bit of
scary.
it in high school
Well,
because we were forced to,
Yeah.
and they just kill you.
Well, I've also heard CrossFit's actually really dangerous.
Really? How come?
Because a lot of times when someone does CrossFit, like especially the trainers, there's no formal like school that they go to receive a certificate saying they can train
They're
CrossFit.
just like, run, now jump,
Yeah,
now do push-ups.
They just open a gym to do CrossFit. They don't actually go
jeez.
through a certification process, whereas personal trainers have to certify.
Yeah.
And there's a whole bunch of hoops to jump through to become a personal trainer.
Yeah.
Where CrossFit's just like, I can make people pick stuff up and put it down and run. So I'm kind of leery about doing that, especially
Right.
where I'm at in my like body type, if that makes any sense.
Uh-huh.
I kind of need a coach. I need a
I feel like
personal
you
trainer.
kind of already have to be semi-fit before you start doing CrossFit.
You do. No, you absolutely
Because of the
do.
amount of like stamina you need for it.
Stamina and also just the amount of punishment you put your body through doing CrossFit.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've listened to all kinds of different things about it, and like I said, it looks fun.
Yeah.
It looks really interesting. In high school, I probably would have loved it just
Uh-huh.
with wrestling and everything else I did. Not to bring up old stories because I know we don't want to do that this episode. We're gonna try and avoid that.
Well, it's bringing up the same stories that we
Yeah,
gotta stop.
we really do talk about the same stuff. We need to get another guest on here.
Yeah. Well, no one is ever available when we do this.
It's
which
true.
is terrible.
Yeah, it does kind of bite. I mean, we could move it to like do another Thursday recording.
Yeah, it'll probably
That
be
turned
better.
out really well.
I think we're probably gonna have to do that. Yeah.
Just double up in a week. That's fine.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Yeah, I mean, I know this is gonna be a shock to everyone watching this. This isn't live.
No, not live. No.
This is
No.
This is pre-recorded, guys. Unfortunately. All right, so I only had 2 topics, but I'm sure I
Okay,
can
well,
find more.
To segue, kind of weird because that reminded me of something.
Okay.
Let's talk about some weird shows that we saw when we were young.
Oh, dude, I kind of had the same idea, but mine was what terrified you as a kid.
Oh.
But let's do weird shows first.
Okay.
I like that idea.
So I remember when I was young, there was this show called Spider Riders.
Dude, I used
You
to
saw
love
that
that
show?
show.
Oh my
I drew my own
gosh.
spider and everything.
That was just, it was like the best.
It was
And
so
it was
cool.
so weird, but it was so cool. I always remembered the theme song.
Calling all spider
Yeah.
riders. That's the only part I remember. But holy
Yeah.
crap, dude! Wow,
Oh man.
that's a blast from the past. Jeez. I remember. So the spiders would look cool no matter what,
Yeah, for sure.
but the riders were just kind of, like
Uh-huh.
they're okay. But then they did like their transformation thing, and I
Yeah.
remember the main kid had a little rat tail. It was about that long.
yeah.
About that long. But when he did his transformation, the thing became like 8 feet long. Like it grew, and it made no sense
It was
whatsoever.
super anime, but it wasn't anime. It was just.
No, it was anime.
Well, sure, I thought it was like
Yeah.
Cartoon Network kind of animation.
No, it was anime. It was on I watched it on the CW Kids or like Kids WB or whatever.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure it was an anime that got dubbed.
Oh, okay.
It's too trippy not to be an anime. Like it's too weird to be an American show.
That's fair. Yeah.
And I remember the girl I can't remember. I don't remember any of the characters' names, but I remember the girl. I had a crush.
I barely even
had
remember
such
the
a crush
show.
on her. I had such a crush on that character.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it was bad. That was just such a cool show, though.
Yeah, it was.
The show was awesome.
I remember I used to always like sing the song while they were doing it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
yeah.
you have to
rocking
sing
out to it.
I did that with Dragon Ball Z because they
Oh
had
yes, the original.
Rock the Dragon.
Yeah.
Yep, they did that. Yu-Gi-Oh had an awesome theme song.
Which one was that one?
It's Time to Duel. I can't remember.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Duel.
Yep. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that was good. Yeah.
Loved that. Pokemon was okay.
Pokemon.
It was an okay theme song. It wasn't
I
the
think
best.
it was the. I think the original was the one that was like that was good, and then they
Yeah.
kind of changed it, and you're like, no, not.
Yeah.
really.
I mean, I haven't watched Pokemon in. Only time I watch Pokemon now is when I'm babysitting with my nieces because
Oh,
they
yeah?
love Pokemon. They're obsessed with it.
Right.
So, okay, so the weirdest show I remember watching as a kid. I mean, you have the like Teletubbies or what was the other one? They're like the big.
Teletubbies
They're like in the
and-
balloon suits, but as they walk around, they make farting sounds.
What?
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but my cousin really liked it, and we would babysit my cousin all the time.
Suits.
It had a really weird name, and like there was always kids saying the name of whatever those creatures were.
Oh, okay.
It was bizarre. It was a not okay experience watching that show. I felt brain cells dying as I watched
Was
it.
it a show? Because I think there was a movie
Yeah.
that was like it had those kind of
No,
creatures.
it was a TV show. It was on PBS. It was like right after Teletubbies.
Oh, okay.
Which Teletubby in itself that's a bizarre experience
so
watching
weird.
that. Ugh.
I think it was weird as a kid too. I remember
never
always
watched
looking
it.
at the. I didn't watch it a lot. I think
Yeah.
I watched like one or two, but I stopped watching it because there was a freaking baby in the sun.
It's horrifying.
And I'm like, no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
that's weird.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
The other show I hated growing up was like Sesame Street as a whole was cool. Like
Oh, yeah?
I enjoyed most of Sesame Street, but the very end of every episode they did Elmo's World,
oh,
and
yeah.
it lasted forever.
It was like its separate show.
Yeah.
I always thought that that's what it was.
It was like its own. It had a 20-minute slot at the end of every episode where he has the stupid goldfish that changes every episode because they can't keep the thing alive.
yeah.
His
and he's got
piano,
those weird
like
fake windows and stuff.
the whole thing's crayon except
Yeah.
for Elmo and the fish.
Uh huh.
And like his piano's jumping around and stuff. I remember as a kid just going, I'm so glad my stuff doesn't jump around like that. You know, like, ugh. But weirdest show. So there was a show I remember watching. It was like Pokemon. It was very similar to Pokemon.
Was it Digimon?
No, I did watch Digimon though. I watched the crap out of that show. No, it was
I hated Digimon just
Really?
because of Pokemon. I was like, they're ripping it off. I am not going to watch this out of principle.
dude, Digimon was better though.
Was it though?
Digimon actually died.
What?
They
died?
would actually die.
I gotta watch this show.
Yeah. They wouldn't say die, but it was
Did you die?
they would get deleted.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang.
So there were actually stakes to the battles.
Jeez.
And like one of the characters got had a really bad fever, one of the main kids.
Uh huh.
So there was a whole episode of them trying to get aspirin for her. So she didn't die.
Dang.
Like it was dark.
That kind of reminds me of like the original Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, with the Shadow Realm and all that?
No, just like the comics. Like before
Oh,
it ever
the
became
manga?
a TV show. Yeah.
Yeah, the manga was real dark.
When he's
I
just,
remember
like,
reading those in
Yu-Gi-Oh killed people, and you're like,
Shonen Jump. That's how I got them, was in the Shonen Jump magazines.
uh huh.
But no, the show, I want to finish this.
I'm sorry. Go to your show.
The
Sorry.
show, it was like Pokemon where they would battle, but they had robots. And it wasn't Roblox, Robots for Everyone, because it was a 2D animation and it was very anime. But it was like,
Bakugan?
no, it wasn't
that's-
Bakugan.
That's not robots.
It was like the dude had a yellow robot that had like a samurai helmet for a head with like the
Okay.
things up on the top and stuff.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it. I used to have like the action figures for it and everything. It was really, and like if you beat somebody, you get to take their robot's like weapon and stuff.
Huh.
I don't even remember where
Was it
I saw
anime? I
it.
feel
Yeah,
like
it was
it
a
did.
straight up anime.
Okay.
Like I think I saw it on Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network was full of anime back
Yeah,
in the
that's
day.
weird. Why did they have so much anime?
They had good shows back then.
That's true.
Back like 15 years ago, I'd
Well,
say.
let's say they had shows that were for kids back then.
Well-
I feel like most anime, well, I don't say most, but
Anime's
a lot of
not for
anime
kids.
nowadays
It's not
are
for
not
kids.
for kids.
I don't
yeah.
even think back then it was. The American
Sure?
dub was. The
Well,
American
like,
dub
you got
would
like
make it for kids.
Pokemon and like Bakugan and
Those were
Yu-Gi-Oh.
those were straight commercials
What?
to sell toys.
Oh, I guess.
It's like Transformers.
Well, Yu-Gi-Oh started as its own thing. Like it didn't have
start
a
as a
card
card
game.
game.
Yeah.
I remember in one of the mangas for Yu-Gi-Oh that I read, he was playing a board game actually with Bakura, Shadow Bakura or whatever.
Okay.
The dude that came out of the ring, the Millennium Ring.
I do not remember that, but okay.
If
Let's
you saw
continue.
him, you would recognize him.
Okay.
And at one point, Bakura, like good Bakura, is inside the body. Like it's his body that's being possessed.
Uh-huh.
He takes control over his hand and he starts typing in the computer to change the rules of the game to help Yugi.
Oh, okay.
And the dude has like this castle and stuff, and he straight up just stabs his hand.
What?
Yeah, goes straight through his hand, and he's like, "How do you like that, Bakura?" And stuff. It's just like, huh. And I got that magazine from an elementary school book order.
What?
That is where that magazine came from.
Jeez.
There was some very like, that's in a kids magazine. Like there was another one. Did you ever watch Yu Yu Hakusho? Or ever read it or anything like that?
I don't think so. Describe it. What was it?
So it's this kid who dies, comes back to life, and now he fights demons and stuff. Like he's a mediator between hell, like death and everything, and the living. And he's what's called a spirit detective.
Sounds similar to
It's kinda-
Dororo, the modern anime that.
I would say it's kind of like Bleach.
I know you haven't seen it, but
It's kind of like Bleach.
okay. Just worse.
I mean, older. Well, no. I think they came out about the same time actually.
Oh, okay.
But in the issue of the manga that I had, they're in a tournament. It's called the Dark Tournament, I think. And he's
Okay.
fighting this dude who, the more drunk he gets, the stronger he gets.
What?
Yeah, really cool. And he can like throw energy balls like in Dragon Ball Z
Okay.
and stuff. But he gets they're fighting back and forth, and he's like, all right, there's only one way to really settle this fight.
Vodka. Oh, I mean,
Well, no, he takes 2 daggers
what?
and stabs one into the ground over like here and then one in the ground over there.
Okay.
And he says, okay, I'm going to put my heel against this one. You put your heel against this one. Take your shoes off. Like, I think he calls it knife edge duel or something like that.
Okay.
So they do that and they're just wailing on each other. And the art style is really cool for the blood.
They're like standing that close together?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they have a heel up against the knife.
Right.
So like as they get pushed back, it's cutting their foot.
Oh, they put the blade part.
Yeah, the
Oh,
blade is on their heel.
Dang. Okay.
So they're just duking it out, no blocking, just punch.
Uh-huh.
And then the guy headbutts him.
Oh, okay.
And in the manga, it's so cool. You see like the dude's face coming down, then the other kid's face just like ah. And he connects, and they actually did 2 panels of the connection of the hit.
Okay.
One like all shaded and looks like just super pretty. The other one's kind of like just the basic drawing.
Yeah.
And you see like, blood's coming off the heel, blood's coming off the impact of the forehead and
Yeah.
stuff. And I'm like, man, if my teacher sees me reading this, I am busted. I am in so much trouble.
Uh-huh.
But man, and then the dude who headbutts, what's his name?
The drunk guy?
No, the drunk guy headbutted the other dude.
Oh, okay.
The other dude's like the protagonist, so
Oh.
he has to win. You know.
Yeah.
He
Does like the whole backwards bend, like, I'm okay.
no, it was more of just like you're gonna headbutt me and I'm just gonna take it.
Oh, he straight up takes it.
Yeah, he straight
Okay.
up takes it. He just takes it to the forge. Boom. The drunk dude just collapses,
What?
and the other guy's just like, ow.
Yeah, that's how physics works, people.
Yeah, apparently. But I actually did something kind of like that when I played football as a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So what happened was we were doing a drill for the defense, and I was played on defense,
Okay.
defensive line. And what it was is we had 2 blockers and a runner,
Uh-huh.
and then 2 defensive linemen, and a linebacker.
Okay.
So it was just kind of to simulate taking up blocks and things like that. And what I did, I got through the line, and right as I got through, the kid with the ball was running at me, and I came up and I came in standing up. I didn't come in low.
Right.
We hit heads, and his feet just. Boop, poof. I clotheslined him with my forehead.
Dang.
It was
Okay.
so funny. He hits the ground. He goes, "Was that Schulte?" And I look down. I go, "Yup." It was so funny. But man, I miss TV shows from back then, like Ed, Edd n Eddy.
I never saw that.
Oh, it was good, dude. Ed, Edd n Eddy was
I
awesome.
didn't get to see a lot of those kind of American shows.
Yeah.
Because I had really crappy TV.
I did too. I mean, whenever we went on vacation, I didn't want to go do stuff. I just wanted to sit and watch Cartoon Network.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all I wanted to do. I didn't care about, going out to the beach or whatever. I just wanted to watch TV.
Right.
Because we didn't have, all we had was like basic TV, like the over-the-air stuff.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as good.
Exactly, yeah.
You get 2 hours of cartoons at the end of the day, and then whatever you can find on PBS.
Uh-huh.
Where everyone else has like Cartoon Network, so they're just watching cartoons all the time.
Yeah, and
I
you're
was
like,
always
no,
so
what?
jealous.
Uh-huh.
But like Kids Next Door or Codename Kids Next Door.
Oh, I love that show.
That show
I think
was
I saw
cool.
one episode and I was like, that is the best show ever.
The show's
I have to
awesome.
watch this.
Okay, here's a show. There was
Okay.
a PBS show. It was called George Shrinks.
George Shrinks. I don't think I've ever seen that. No.
So it's based on a children's book.
Okay.
It's a kid that's like that tall,
Okay.
but he's like a teenager. And his dad's like super handy and he's super handy. So he's got like cars and planes and stuff that help him get around the house.
Oh, that's weird.
Such a cool show.
Huh.
Oh my gosh, I loved that show. I think it was on like right after Caillou.
Oh, okay.
It was like
Caillou.
you get like the last 3 minutes of
Caillou.
Caillou. You're just like,
You have to suffer through that, and then you get to the good show.
well, but then they do that like 2-minute ads because
Oh, yeah.
PBS shows don't have ads in them. They're not built into the show.
Yeah.
So they do them in between shows that you're watching.
Yeah.
But yeah, George Shrinks was good. There was another one. I can't remember the name of it. It was like just a bunch of monsters. It was a bunch, like 14 monsters. They were all numbered
Okay.
in a house, and each episode would follow the adventures of like 1, 3, and 10 or something. They'd all like just do weird stuff. Like, It was such a weird show.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Like, it was so bizarre, but that's what I had. Like, that's,
Yeah,
that's all I
exactly.
could watch. I could watch that, like the same 5 episodes of Dragon Ball Z I had on VHS.
I remember when I was young, I used to always go on the computer and watch Naruto. Because there was no other good shows on TV, and so I was like, this is the best show right now that I can always, watch.
You can always get.
And my brother found it originally, and I used to have to like sit over his shoulder,
I hate
like
doing
watch
that.
it, even though he had the only chair next to the computer.
Yeah, you
and
just
so I'd like
stand.
stand it and like, okay,
That's
what's
so
happening
funny.
now?
Now, were you watching it dubbed or in subs?
Dubbed.
Okay.
Neither of us could read fast enough to do it.
Yeah,
subbed.
subs don't work for me.
I can watch some shows subbed,
Yeah,
but it's so much better to watch it dubbed. It's just so much easier.
I would read. Again in the Shonen Jump magazine. I would read Naruto,
Yeah.
but there were some parts that I was like, we're gonna skip past that so the teacher doesn't see.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like,
Yeah.
Okay, so have you seen the new Godzilla movie yet? King of Monsters.
Yeah. I have.
What did
yeah.
you think? I finished it over the weekend.
It was okay.
Yeah. See, I thought it was cool. I thought it was really cool.
They focused a lot on the monsters,
Which I
So-
liked versus because the first one was all about the guy,
Uh-huh.
Bryan Cranston's son, which is okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you need people in a monster movie to make a monster movie work.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I feel like they should really just make a movie about like a monster.
The thing
Like
is,
maybe like how they're gonna do. I don't know if they're really gonna do it, but King Kong versus Godzilla. They should just do that, and they have just Godzilla and just King Kong, and then make the story out of just them.
but you need
that would be
people.
so cool.
You need people to drive the story, though.
Godzilla can drive his own gosh dang story.
Godzilla does not know how to drive. Neither does King Kong.
They can
Therefore,
learn.
I win. Okay. What about Pacific Rim Uprising? Did you watch that?
I did not. I loved the first one, and then the second one came out, and it looked too much of like a copy, and I was like, I don't know about that.
So it's actually way different. The second one's way different.
Okay.
I watched that over the weekend as well. And
how many movies did you watch over the weekend?
2.
Oh, just those 2. Okay.
Yeah, those 2 and an episode of Mandalorian. That's like what I watched.
Okay.
Is that all I watched? And I watched football. Yeah. Lots of football. Well, not really a lot of football.
That doesn't
I
count.
slept.
You slept.
I tried
That's
to
good.
sleep over the weekend. I tried to recover.
And I didn't bring a water bottle this time.
I got in my car this morning and went, crap, I left my water bottle. Oh, well. No, so the second one, the writing's not very good.
Uh-huh.
Like, the characters are kind of weird.
Yeah.
But, like, the trailers made it look like the rift didn't close.
What? Oh.
The trailers for the second movie made it look like the rift.
They were just coming back.
Yeah, they were just coming back.
But he closed it.
Yeah. So, no, it's totally different.
Okay.
Like, it explains how they're coming back. Yeah, they're coming from space. It explains how they're coming back and everything.
Oh, okay. They have their own rift machine that they opened it up with.
Dude, it was cool. I really actually... my rule of thumb for a good movie, and for those of you listening, it's a great rule of thumb. You should adopt it. Probably not, but I like it. If I can forget about reality at any moment during that movie, to me, that means it's a good movie. It's worth the $5 or however much to get into the theater. That's
the whole point of a movie, is to lose yourself within.
It's the whole point of stories in general.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you just forget about reality for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't understand why people read nonfiction.
Yeah.
I don't get it. It's based on real life, and real life's boring.
Mm-hmm.
At least my life is.
Well, I think some of them just like, they're really good stories to tell.
Some of them are, yeah.
Like, I think I read a book about World War II, because I was forced to, of course.
Was it Unbroken?
No, it wasn't.
About the runner?
It was, I think, some guy in the trenches or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was just like a journal of all this stuff. And it was very interesting, but obviously it wasn't anywhere as good as any fiction book I've ever read.
Yeah.
So
this video is gonna have a lot of really funny reactions.
Yeah.
Like just funny facial things happening on my end.
Yeah.
I just got chills in my face, like doing that and stuff.
So much better because now you can see all our weird quirks.
Our weird idiosyncrasies every time I look away from my microphone to burp and stuff.
All our weird hand gestures as we talk.
Yeah. No, I do. I enjoy like military books because those are interesting to me.
Yeah, because it's like, that's an interesting story. But if it's
absolutely.
How I got a concussion, it's like, okay.
It's like, cool, I got a concussion. You know, I get a concussion waking up in the morning sometimes. Yeah. Wake up.
Yeah.
It's like American Sniper's great. Lone Survivor's great. My Life in the Red Circle's great.
Is American Sniper that one where like the guy's on the roof and he has to like shoot the other sniper?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's what that was.
I mean, not to spoil the book, but it didn't happen that way.
Well, how did that happen?
He wasn't.
Spoiler alert, but it's like
spoiler alert for like a 5-year-old movie. He wasn't the guy who killed that sniper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he didn't kill him.
Well,
that wasn't him. Just some other sniper did it.
Oh, that's kind of a drab ending.
Well, I mean, that's Hollywood for you.
Oh, yeah.
No, Chris Kyle did not kill that the other sniper. He didn't kill. He is not the one who got him.
He just kind of survived.
Yeah, he just he lived to talk about it. At least as far as I can remember, it's been a while since I listened to that book.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure at one point he talks about like, yeah, I didn't get the Olympic sniper, but I heard about it. But in the movie they make it so that he gets him.
Right. Yeah.
And then I'm trying to think. There's some other military books that I really like.
I know. I read the book "The Things They Carried."
I haven't heard of that one.
I think it's nonfiction. It's either nonfiction or it's fiction that's
like
very
historical
closely
fiction.
based on nonfiction. And it's about this troop that went into Vietnam.
Okay.
It's super rough, and it was just super good. The way the guy writes it.
Yeah, a really good book.
Okay.
is called Red Platoon.
Red Platoon.
It's about an outpost called Rest Repo. And what happened was this outpost should not exist. It should not have been where it was. It was in the bottom of a basin.
Huh.
Yeah. A military outpost in the bottom of a basin.
Whose idea was that?
Exactly.
Let's put it at the basin. That's a good idea, guys. Let's do it.
There's a documentary about it too. I watched the documentary, and one of the guys says, "I don't sleep." Like, this is the guy saying it. He goes, "I don't sleep. When I sleep, I have dreams that I'm back, and I'd rather be awake. I'd rather just be tired than go back there." And he's like, the like military and the government and everybody, they don't know what to do with us. They haven't seen guys like us since World War II. They would get attacked every day.
Wow.
And it got to the point where, like in the documentary, there's a guy playing like a PSP, just chilling, and all of a sudden you hear snap, snap, snap. And he puts it down, gets up on the railgun.
Oh my gosh.
And then, everything calms down, picks up his PSP and just keeps playing.
Oh, shoot.
Like, it's just it's a normal day. It's just a normal day at the office for them at that point.
See, I love those kind of stories. I don't know why. It's just like, it's almost like psychotic.
Oh, it's
it's that
insane.
Kind of mindset, but it's just so interesting.
Well, and
to me, anyways.
Yeah, it's fascinating to us because we don't have to live it.
Yeah,
the people who lived through it, there's no way I could do it, and I'm super grateful that they can do it and did do it for us.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, like I said, there's no way I'd be able to do it.
Yeah,
I can't. I know that about myself.
Uh-huh.
But the end of the book, so they got stormed by, I think it's the Taliban. I'm pretty sure it's the Taliban. They got stormed by them, and in Lone Survivor, they actually talk about kind of how the Taliban fights.
Okay.
And this is all just what I read in a book. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
What they would do is they'll only have like 24 guns. Like, they won't have very many guns.
Okay.
But they'll have like 150 people running behind the people with the guns.
Oh.
And they'll all be like high out of their minds. They won't be able to like think. They're not thinking. They're not feeling anything.
Oh, they go all Viking berserker?
Kind of, but when the guy with the gun goes down,
they pick up the
next guy up picks it up and keeps going.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, like they just have a ton of people.
Huh.
Really, that's what it comes down to. They have numbers.
No wonder they like kamikazes.
But they were doing that at Rest Repo, and they finally pushed them back. Got them all taken care of. They lost. I can't remember how many men they lost that day. They lost quite a few though.
Uh-huh.
But what happened was the medic guy, he at the end of the battle, his mind was just racing. He couldn't sleep. Uh-huh. So he went around to every single survivor and said, "Hey, take your boots off. Do not sleep with your boots on."
What?
Yeah. It's to help keep from getting like athlete's foot and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's just let your feet breathe.
Uh-huh.
And athlete's foot sucks.
Right.
I've had it, and it's not fun. So yeah, he went to every single person that survived the attack and made sure they didn't sleep with their boots on.
Okay.
And I think he made them take their socks off too, to like have dry socks.
Yeah.
But in my mind, it's just like, man, you go through something that intense.
And then he's just yo, take your shoes off,
But you're still, your brain's not shutting off. So you're like, well, I'm going to go do something productive. Then I'm going to go make sure my guys, their feet are okay.
Yeah.
And stuff. And it's just like, man, I don't envy them.
Yeah.
Like I said, I am so grateful for people that do that kind of stuff because I know I can't.
This podcast has been cut short due to bureaucratic nonsense. If you'd like to watch the second part of this episode, click part 2.